Hello snowboarders of the internet. I'm your host Avran LeFeber, and in this video we're going to review the Nidecker Mellow. Is it mellow? Tune in and find out. This board is available in 3 sizes, 150, 155, and 160. This board features Nidecker's Surfy Cam Rock, which is a back foot dominant camber with rocker up in the nose. So when you load it, it activates it, gives it that more surfy, playful feel, and you can pop off the back foot. I rode this board at Arapahoe Basin on a leftover POW day, meaning powder pockets here and there, a lot of groomers in between, something that would, just those conditions where you can carve between powder. It was a little bit overcast, it was a little windy, it tried to snow a little bit. Overall, wasn't that bad of a day, and I rode it with my K2 Indy bindings and my K2 Thraxis boots. Overall, this board comes in on the stiffer side of the flex spectrum. It is a directional flex, meaning slightly softer nose, stiffer tail. There's a moderate amount of torsional flex to it, so you got a little bit of give in there if you need it. Now let's talk about the stability. It's on a wider platform. It's got a wood top sheet. It's got camber under the back foot. So it's fairly stable when you get into chopping uneven terrain, and it's super stable on a perfectly groomed run. The only part of this board where you do notice any chatter is out in that rocker on the nose, and that still barely resonates under the front foot. That's really it with this board. For being a directional cam rocker, this board actually has a lot of snap, especially off that back foot. You load it up, you pop, and you are in the air. Best advice I can give you for POW buttering on this thing: go fast, press hard, and make sure it's in some deep, fresh snow, because anywhere else, you're probably gonna have a bad time. You wanna get low and deep? The side cut on this board is perfect for it. This is one of those boards that you can slash the shit out of POW, but when you get on a groomer, you can lay a trench. That camber profile with that rocker in the nose really lets you just drive into a turn, and it transitions smoothly from toe to heel. This is a board that on low tide years or low tide days, you can still just go out and rip a turn with. As I've said in other reviews, Nidecker side cuts are dialed, and this board is no exception. It's super dialed, and it crushes it. This board is 100% for the guy that wants to ride POW and carve groomers. That's it. That's all. Let's move on. So I did the bulk of the testing on this board at Arapahoe Basin, but I've ridden it at a few other resorts, just a couple runs here and there. It does take a little bit to get used to, but once you figure out how this board actually operates, it's amazing. It's super smooth, it's super fun. You can just go slash POW with it in the morning and rip groomers in the afternoon, or you can just go carve. It doesn't really matter. This board is really fun, and if you're one of those guys that's in this whole carving craze, you need to be checking out this board. So what are some comparable boards to the Mellow from Nidecker? The United Shapes Cadet, the Rosinal Sushi, why not? Because I can. The K2 Cool Bean, the Rome Blur, the Capita Navigator. This has been my review of the Nidecker Mellow. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you own one? Are you considering buying one? You probably should. Leave me a comment down below. Let's have a conversation, because I'm a nerd and I love talking snowboards, and I love reading your guys' comments, even if they're hate comments. I love the hate comments. Probably do a whole section in the podcast where I read nothing but hate comments. If you're new around here, remember to subscribe, click the bell, get those notifications, that way you're not missing anything we've got going on. And if you'd really like to support us, swing over to Angry Snowboarder VIP and give it a peep. Who knows, maybe there's something over there for you, maybe there's not, but at least you checked it out. As always, I've been your host, Avran LeFeber. I'll probably be your host again, and I'll see you in another video.